What's up, guys? Let's see. I got everything working here. Let me double check. Make sure I got all my P's and Q's working. And I gotta add this chat in here. Twitch chat IRC. Let's get this shit connected. Let's get this shit shrunk down and fit in. Right click to configure. And boom, we'll connect. And we should be in. Well, actually, I'm in already. What am I talking about? Let's remove this one. Boom. All right, so we're in. What's up, guys? Yeah, been a rough day for me today. Been a little bit all over the place. My kid's sister came out from Oregon and spent a couple of days, so I didn't get a chance to see her, so therefore I had to go at least meet up with her for a little bit for a couple of drinks. We're going to talk a little bit about the whole Tekken 7 thing in the UK a little bit later, but what I really want to focus on right now is the band Distartica, who does the opening song for our show, who's done it now for about 2 years, has released an album, and you know, they are FGC guys. For those who don't know, OBS Rattlehead's kind of got a story behind him, being a blind MK player. On top of that, he's a blind version of Phil Collins. He's a singer, and he's the drummer for the band Distartica, who just released their album on iTunes, and they're trying to get some play. And I think the FGC needs to show these guys some love. So with that said, I'm going to reach out to them right now, and let's see what I got. And let's see how fucked up I am today. Yo.
Yo, what's up?
I'm a late guy, you know that. I was born on time, and that was the last time I was on time.
Apparently. Apparently, man. See, I'm an early guy. I wake up like 4 in the morning every fucking day. So
I don't know about that 4 in the morning stuff.
That's man. What I do, man.
That shit's a little bit too early for my ass.
Shit.
But you know, my kid's sister moved out to Oregon, and she's been out here for 4 days. Well, 3 days. She's leaving tomorrow. So she hit me up literally at like, I don't know, at like 5:30, and she's like, "Yeah, I'm getting on a 6:05 train. I'm heading to the city for some beers. You're gonna meet me." Shit. And it's an hour away. So I was just like, "Yo, really? Like, what do? You say no? You know, she hasn't been here in, you know, about a year and a half. So I had to go see her."
That's family, dude. That's what's up, man. That's cool.
So you guys, you guys got beers in the hands. I'm done with the beers, man. I just drank a lot, dude. I just drank about $150 worth of booze with my sister.
We're just getting started, bro. We're just getting started, man. This is a band meeting right now, so there you go.
Is this the bat meeting?
It's a band meeting.
That's a band meeting, man. Mm-hmm.
Do you really need to make a band meeting for an excuse to drink, or is it like is it a band thing, like we need to make a reason to drink, or is it like, no, we're gonna actually have a band meeting and then somewhere in between there we're gonna have some drinks, or is it just straight up like, yo, everybody call up your broad, say we're going to have a band meeting, and let's just go get fucked up?
There we go. There you got it. Yeah, there you go. You got it. That's what it is, man. That's you know, you gotta label shit. You know, it's like Friday. It's like, hey man, we got band practice. No, we're gonna get shit faced.
There's nothing wrong with that. Trust me, you're talking to somebody that enjoys that very much.
Yeah, man.
Now my girl Melanie, you know, she got stuck with work, which, you know, life happens. You know, that real life shit. You know, beyond the video games. So what I want to start with, you know, because you know, obviously you guys got your album out now. I know you guys are going. You're going to be where are you playing down in New Orleans and when?
We're gonna be playing down in New Orleans. It's called it's a place called the Twist of Lime. They seem to be like the spot for metal, for metal. And we're gonna be playing there on June 3rd. And this is actually our first out of state, gig that we have since the album came out. So we're really excited about that right now.
Now, the album. I mean, now it's out on iTunes. I tell people all the time, go out and check it out. Um, you know, I know you guys. How long have you guys been going about this as far as a band?
Go for it, man. You want to go ahead and give us before we start to get into that? We want to go ahead and introduce ourselves, I guess, and kind of get everybody to know who we are and whatnot.
You know what? See, you're a better you're a better host than me. I keep forgetting. I know you guys. So
I know, right? Yeah.
So yeah, let's start out with who each of you are. Let each of you introduce yourselves and give a background of who you are, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Right on. So
Cool. What's up, guys? My name is Alex. I'm Carlos' brother. I'm guitarist and bassist for Distartica.
he downplays himself. He's also the audio engineer of the band. So that's
Producer of the
the
album.
producer of the album. So he's behind the album. He did a lot of the recording. So that's how he does too. So you know how in the FGC everybody downplays their characters. This guy downplays his skills.
There's nothing wrong with that. You know what? It keeps you humble.
It's true. It's true. Definitely.
You could be like some of these FGC guys who, you know.
They think they own the world with just like pushing buttons and shit. Fuck out of here, man.
Damn.
So my name is Carlos, otherwise known as OBS Rattlehead, representing OBS all the time. Proud of representing on the Unblast show anywhere I can. Yeah, I did. You guys, some of you I guess may know me from playing Mortal Kombat. I went to Evo in 2013. Thanks to James himself, man. These guys sponsored me to go there, so I'm never gonna forget that.
Don't put that shit out there. Don't be putting shit like that out there. Wreck my reputation.
Oh yeah, true, right?
Have people hit me up. Yo, well, you send him. Could you send me? No, I don't like you. You're a dick. I liked him.
No, but and I went to Evo and I got a chance to be there and kind of be I'm trying to be as active in the community, obviously, but at the same time trying to juggle that in the band and doing the best I can, and I'm actually looking forward to Injustice too. So it's gonna be a good game. I actually want hopefully we get some training partners, and I do want to participate in all these tournaments coming up. So that's me. I'll be as Rattlehead. All right, and we got my boy.
The quiet one.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Carlos Cáceres. I'm playing guitar and bass for Distartica. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, be straight to the point.
That's it. I play guitar, motherfucker. Deal with it.
Yeah.
So now, when did you guys actually get together and start as a band?
Well, obviously we were born in the same family, but
That don't mean nothing. Me and my brother were born in the same family. We never played anything together.
Dang.
well, first time this is my dog. Well, he's so bad. He's here. He really wants to join the interview. Well, actually, the first time I saw Carlos playing a Metallica song, I was like, "Whoa, man! I gotta learn." So I gotta pick up the guitar. So from that point on, I was like, "I need to learn." And summer after that, I bought my first guitar, and we started jamming since then. And then Carlos. He went to high school with the other Carlos. They met and they started jamming out, and they said, "Hey, we gotta make a band." And I think a couple of years after that, we started to jam together. Carlos over here, I remember the first time I met him, and he already knew how to play a couple of Metallica songs, and we started playing some Metallica, right? Yeah. So and we just decided, to jam in the garage, man. Whether it was we're here in Texas, dude. It was like freaking hot in the summer. We were still jamming, and the winter is still cold too. So we were still jamming. So
Dude, we're talking about like fucking 110-degree weather, and we're still playing in the garage, like sweating asses off.
yeah.
So now, do you guys come from like musical families, or like did you guys just like?
Not really, dude.
We're the first. Carlos actually the first one.
I'm literally. It's funny. I'm the last born in the family, but I was the first one who started the whole music thing. Like
He started in school. Right? He started.
I started in school. Yeah, I started jamming in school. Yeah, and like I didn't tell nobody in my family. Nobody knew. So I was like,
that was
because it was like embarrassing. It's like, fuck, you know.
Why would that be embarrassing?
I don't know, dude. Just, at the time it's like fuck. But then like I told him, and then boom, that shit spread out, and then next thing you know, this guy picked up the guitar, and boom, it all took up from there. And then I met this guy in high school. We've been friends since high school, and ever since then, it's kind of like we're. It's really hard to kind of get anybody else in the band just because we have that, we already know each other. But,
it was love at first sight for them.
I was blind, goddammit. Damn.
Again, it's funny because, like, a lot of people think like, oh man, I was, from the age of like 2 years old, I was classically trained or some shit like that. And, and obviously that's not the case with you guys. It's a bunch of friends that said, piece by piece, you guys kind of put that whole musical gig together and said, let's see where it goes. Now, let me ask you this. From the onset of Distartica, were you the singer? Was it you three doing battle? Well, I should be the singer and I should be the lead. How does that process work? That like you guys decided who should be who?
I love these questions.
In fact, nobody wanted to sing. They was like, oh, I don't want to do that.
What was your take, Carlos?
Nobody really wants to sing. But this one, he had a choir class, so we told him, hey, you sing.
He's in choir. You're in choir. Shit,
so go ahead and do it.
Carlos is like, what's the worst can happen? If I sound like shit, it ain't like I can see the reaction. Fuck.
Exactly, man. Okay. This is good guys, man. You got it, man. That's it. It's like
we could just lie to you, say it was awesome. People were
yeah, man.
So, all right. So now you guys got the band together. You started jamming. At what point did you say, hey, we can do something with this?
You know what? That's a good question, actually. You know what? Nobody's asked me that before. Basically, I think it for a long time, and I think remember when I came in the first time I came in on the show, it was when we were still doing covers. We're doing covers. We even recorded those covers.
I think you broke up on me.
Other people, a lot of people in the music scene have this mentality, kind of like in the FGC, where, if you copy someone else's combos, it's like, oh, fuck that, that's not your own shit. Well, same thing in music. Like, if you do covers, like, people's, like, they look down on you. It's like, yeah, but I want originals,
Mm-hmm.
So, it doesn't matter if you play them exactly how the tracks are, but they'll be like, nah, fuck that. I want to hear your shit. Like, what can you come up with, So they have that mentality, too. So, once we started noticing that we could play these tracks, like, we got comfortable with them, and then what helped us, it actually helped us on stage to be more, presentable, to be more like, kind of have more professional stage setup, or not setup, but just like, presence, yeah, stage presence. And so that helped us a lot. And then by 2014, it was like, oh, what really got us to actually make the album, dude, and I haven't mentioned this before, it was when you told us that you wanted a track.
I was going to say that right now. Yeah, because I remember Carlos came like very casual to me, like, hey, I know this guy. He's got an internet gaming show going on. And he said he wanted me to do a song for him because he found out that I was playing band. And I was like, whoa, man, why are you telling me this like a week after, man? We gotta jump into this. This is a good opportunity. So I really pushed him, and we went to the studio, and we came up. Well, he came up with the cybernetic guy, like we helped him out. Coming up with the song on the spot is really hard, especially if it's the first time.
It was the pressure. Because
the
pressure, but that was good though, because I remember like it was after Evo 2013. I remember that shit. Like you tweeted like, these guys are not making a track for me. I was like, oh shit. So
I'm good at putting pressure on people.
Apparently, goddamn, and that the track, and I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but the cybernetic guy, I wrote it like in 2 or 3 hours. boom, on the spot.
2-3 hours.
Yeah, on the spot, because it's like, we got to get this shit done, you know? And so
Wow, I don't know. I'm kind of insulted right now, man. I'm like, yo, I thought he put like 10 years into this track. This was special.
Oh,
This was special for me and me alone.
The recording process was, it took, because we wanted to put out a good track, you know? Like, it was the first track ever. So, like, writing it, yeah, you know, whatever. But recording it was like, man, we want to put something out there that's, you know, that we represent. And, you know, if you notice the lyrics too, like, I kind of like put it like based on what the FGC was going on at that time, you know?
Yes.
So the lyrics were inspired by that, by what was going on at the time, and kind of put it. And of course, you know, being a Mortal Kombat fan, I made it like having 3 rounds on the verses, you know. So kind of did that just to.
Yeah, that was pretty killer, man.
Yeah.
No,
So.
it definitely goes between that. It definitely has that FGC feel to it. You know, that competition going down to the wire. You know,
Yeah.
You think you're the shit, but until you come onto that stage, you ain't shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then when that pressure is on you, all of a sudden now it's you got 3 rounds to prove how good you are. If you don't prove it in those 3 rounds, get to the back of the bus. You ain't shit.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah, and that, you know, that's what inspired it. I think for me, it was when I went to Evo. Like, I was like, man, you know, like that, you know, coming back, and I was like, man, I should write some lyrics based on that. So, you know, it helped a lot to kind of experience it, like, you know, seeing the hype on, like, when you were there, like, in the venues, and, like, everybody getting hype for a fucking video game, like, which I never thought before that could happen. So it was a badass experience, dude. Like, when, you know, I remember when I was on stage and I was playing Cyrax, and you know, I took a round from Tyrant, everybody was, and that's what, like, really triggered, like, man, this is, like, a cool feel. Like, I'm never gonna forget that shit, man. So.
Well, I mean, you won't have to forget it because you might have to forget it because, you know, Injustice 2 coming around the corner, you know.
Oh, that's true. You know, MKX is and all that shit. Yeah.
You know, MKX is MKX. That's all I'm gonna say. I won't say much more on MKX besides it's a game. You know, you know, as far as, you know, Rattlehead, I know Rattlehead's a gamer, but what about you other 2 guys? You game it all? Not really? Not too much?
Actually, I did a lot. I mean, when Carlos and I started at the same time. Back in the day, we started with, we always did Mortal Kombat fans, big time. You know, we started with Trilogy, fighting games mostly, and I guess I decided most on the side of music after a while, you know. But I mean, to be honest, once Carlos started going, I'll say professional, you know, because he does dedicate a lot of time to it.
Yeah.
You know, after that, he started playing at a pro level, and he would, you know, we just couldn't play with him anymore, you know, because he was at a different level, and he would just hate playing with us. So it's like, you know, same level, you know. So I mean, I would try my best to compete, you know, but it does take dedication. It takes some time, you know, to learn practical skills and all that. You know?
I mean, I would say it's equivalent to like learning to play an instrument. You know, I mean, if you don't put that work in, you're not going to get the results you want out.
Exactly, and that's why I'm not playing anymore, because once I started playing with Carlos, and he just really got bored with it. He really wanted to play like people who really knew how to play. So I was like, oh, you know what? All right,
well, if it makes you feel good, you know, I was talking to you know, and we've spoken before about this. I know a lot of musicians in my life, and I actually had them listen to your album, and you know, I spoke with Al Di Meola, who's a jazz guitarist.
Really?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Yo, dude, this first thing he said to me is, how many guys are in the band?" I go, "Well, what do you mean?" He's like, "Because I hear 2 guitarists, and you know, and the drummer and a bassist." And I said, "I don't know if they overlay tracks." I said, "I'm not into that whole technology as far as, you know, producing a song." He goes, "Yo, the guitarist is pretty fucking kick-ass." Now, what was funny was, you know, I turned around and he said, "Well, the singer's a little bit kind of grungy." You know, and I said, well, that's how he is. I said, I said he's the singer and the drummer. And he said to me, he goes, oh, so he's like a Phil Collins. I said, he's like Phil Collins, but he's blind. He goes, what? I go, he's Phil Collins and he's blind. And he fucking was like, dude, the dude's, at that point, the dude said, it went from just being like, he's a good drummer to like, holy shit, like this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he said he's singing and he's drumming. I said, oh yeah, when he plays video games too. He goes, oh, at the same time. I said he probably could.
Fuck.
But again, like I said, I put it out there. I tried to get a lot of people turned on to it. In fact, before I'm gonna put us on pause. Now I am going to let you guys tell me what track I should play, because I don't want to give everything away. And again, guys that are on the stream, if you go to iTunes, all you gotta do is search Distartica, and you can download the album. It's basically $10, guys. And again, this is not death metal. This is not hip hop. This is 90s metal, 80s and 90s metal, the way I wish metal stayed. Unfortunately, black metal and death metal and all the other new versions of metal came into play. These guys got a raw sound. They got a great sound. And I do want to, like I said, I want to give you guys the opportunity to tell me what track you would want me to introduce right now.
Let me see. So, let's see.
Everybody in the chat, by the way, is saying, Carlos, give the dog some love. He's like, yo, give me some of the beer or something. Cause he looking you dead ass in the face like, yo, what you got for me?
And he keeps pushing me like, what the fuck, man? It's like, man, talk to me, bro. It's like, dude, I'm in the middle of an interview, man. Let's see what track, dude. That's tough, man, because, honestly, we want to showcase every fucking track, but...
Yeah, but I've told you this before,
but,
I don't want to give the cow away. Let people go out, experience a couple of the tracks tonight, and then we'll point them in the right direction, download the album, support the band. Supporting the band is supporting the FGC. And that's what people need to understand. This is a band that's spawned on their own, but through the FGC, and Carlos has, become FGC family. And the FGC as a whole shouldn't support the FGC only when times are down, but also help pick people up. And the fact that you guys have gotten to the level that you got to so fast. You're traveling around now. You got the album done. I know damn well on the side you're already ready to just start doing another album.
Yep.
And that's something that the FGC as a whole should support. And Mariano, it's cybernetic eye, not electric eye. Just saying. But that is Mariano. It is on the album, which actually, if you want to know.
The cybernetic guy also is a reference to Kano from Mortal Kombat, so there you have it.
Oh, I knew that. I didn't think.
You knew that, but I'm just saying.
I think it was me. I didn't think I had a cybernetic guy.
I know, yeah. Yeah, man. But you're the cybernetic guy, man. Look at the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah,
you always like,
lyrics, yeah.
You look at the lyrics like, man, you always like, trying to find out who's out there,
put him on
doing bullshit, you put him on blast. That's what it's all about, dude.
Yeah. So, if you guys are making the indecisions, one of the tracks that caught me really well was "In Flames We Rise."
Okay, let's do it.
No, let's do it, man.
Right.
It's the main track, the title track of the album, so do it. I say do it.
All right, so I'm gonna throw that on there right now, and let's see.
Yeah, like I said, it's difficult, but I mean, hey, you want that song, go for it, bro.
I like that. I'm gonna put you guys on mute while I play it, though, so we don't all talk all over each other. And what happened to the Bloodhound? He disappeared.
Yeah, he just walked out. But fuck.
All right, let me see where I am. I mean, damn, everything's all new on this shit, Put call on hold. Boom. Okay, I got them on hold, guys. And now I'm gonna go and I'm gonna give you the second track, which is the title track of the album, "In Flame We Rise."
The energy surge from within. It spreads all over the world. New wave of metal warriors will rise from the underground. The hordes of flashing hell spits surrounded in flames. The ones underestimated have sprung to conquer it all. No fear of failure now. Rise above the hellbound walls. The strongest with machine gun fire will defend the land of the metal gods. Don't try to cross our path. Blood will flow and souls will burn. Masquerade will get you killed.
I think we're back on.
Yeah, go back on.
Yeah, we're back on. What did Carlos run away to take a piss?
This motherfucker. It was not a beer. I didn't want a beer.
You had one beer, now you gotta pee? What the fuck, dude?
Hell no, I've been drinking all this fucking time before we got in this shit.
I mean,
man.
you know, I know, you
That's
know.
what we've been doing. That's why.
I know.
That's how we held on.
Does bladder control have something to do with blindness? I don't know.
This is like this is the size of Carlos' bladder, dude. Like fucking.
Every
So-
time he goes to the restaurant,
Fuck. Stop putting my business out there, man.
I'm
Fuck.
sorry, man. I'm sorry. So
Oh, man.
let's
Sorry.
get back to the band. Because right now I feel like, see, it's definitely before your. How old are you guys?
30?
I'm 32.
30.
So
Yep.
you know, in New York back in the heyday, we had a show, Fingers Metal Shop, which was on WBAB with Ian O'Malley. And he had this raspy voice, like, yo, this is Ian O'Malley, and tonight we're introducing this new band. They just moved to Queens, New York. They got this guy, David Mustaine, and James Hetfield, and Lars Ehrlich, and
Whoa!
and they've just come out with this album, and we're gonna give them a little radio play. And next thing you know, it's Metallica, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" So I'm going out on a limb and saying, when you guys become famous, okay, I don't want like, oh, that's James MK. Yeah, no. Tell him to go talk to our fucking. Tell him to talk to Live Nation, and maybe we'll give him a backstage
Yeah.
pass or something. But just give him
Give
one.
me, dude.
Just give him one.
Yeah.
I'm
Think
gonna
you were
listen.
practicing.
OBS
Yeah.
OBS crew's coming, and they're gonna be like, well, how many deep is that? I'll be like, yo, it's like, I don't know. I got 300 deep. We need backstage passes and everything. But I mean, it's funny because I never, in the video game world for myself, thought like I'd be like looking at bands and promoting bands at all. And it's funny because in the video game world, being that, gamers traditionally are pretty much creative.
Oh, definitely.
And it's like, I mean, I agree with Pig of the Hut on a lot of things in the Mortal Kombat universe,
yeah.
but I can't deny he's a great guitarist. I've listened to him play, and it goes for a lot of people in the FGC where you don't realize the talent that's there. Everybody isn't, everybody is an awkward, antisocial gamer, but there's more underlying to each person if you get to know them. And that's one of the things that, for me personally, that I want to promote more in the FGC. Yeah, trust me, I got a lot of people I want to tell them to suck my dick, and I can't stomach them. But at the same time, there's also a lot of people in this community that bring stuff to the table that deserve the merit and the praise that it should get. And like I said, a band like yours, that did it originate from the FGC? No. But are you the FGC? Absolutely. Should the people in the FGC support you? And I've told people, I've already hit up people with your album, and I was like, yo, check it out. And they're like, oh, but I'm into hip hop. I don't care. I don't care if you're into hip hop. One of the things about the FGC that's always been a double-edged sword is we only seem to support each other when something's fucked up, not when somebody's trying to grow something. And it's like my friend Nelson, when he passed away. This dude, I Love Your Mom out in California. All of a sudden everybody came together and said, let's help. let's not just help those that are gone. Let's help those that are there. And that means, again, guys, get out there, get the album. Um, Even if you're not a die-hard metal person, I can tell you this right now from listening, and I've listened to the album now at least 2-3 dozen times. Every day going into work, I listen to it. It's the album I listen to on the train ride to work that makes me want to punch the person sitting next to me out.
Man, that means a lot, dude. Like I said, I mean, we started. I remember, like I said, and you kind of made a joke out of it too. But I think with us, because it's just the way we grew up, kind of thing. Like we never forget where we came from. You know what I mean? So like, no matter what happens to the band, like we always try to remember, like like our friends and whatnot. Because I mean, the real talk, dude. It's like we've been fortunate enough to read a lot of articles and how like a lot of bands go through a lot of shit and stuff, and that's what we're trying to avoid right now because. It's bad out there, dude. So it's like when and not only that, it's insane, dude. So it's always good. You always want to remember where you came from. Don't let that shit get up your head. I see a lot of that on the FGC, unfortunately. Just just because they make top 8s and shit. I'm like, dude, like that's not the end of the world. There's so much more out there. You know what I mean? Like it's. Don't limit yourself to that shit. Like there's so much out there. And even if let's say we made it to the Billboard charts or whatever, hey, I come from a small town. I know where I come from. Like, don't let that shit get on your head, man. Like that's like that's what brings players down in the end. Like having that ego and saying like, yeah, I made top 8. Who are you? I'm like, man, I'm better than you are. Like don't rub your top 8 on me. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. But at the same time, it's like I know how much that means to you because that's it's an achievement. You worked so much for it. You went home, you leveled up, you went to back and like learn the matchups, learn the frame data and all that good stuff, which is cool. And so it takes a lot of dedication, but don't just like hold on to it as with your dear life. There's so much more out there. No,
and, it's like that one guy that wins Evo one time, and it's the thing that he wants to mention for the rest of his life.
For the rest of his life, like, was gonna say, hold my emo medal, dog. It's like, I don't want to hold it. That's yours. I don't care less, So he.
So I'm gonna guess. Now that you said that, as far as who you are and where you guys come from, I mean, you look like 3 fine Irishmen. But I could be wrong. So let's get And one of the things I'm kind of curious about is. I'm going to take a guess that you guys are some form of Latino. So what made you not do the salsa merengue and the bachatas and all that other stuff and get into the heavy metal? And where are you guys from? Let's get into that to start.
Okay, so we are from Central America. Me and Carlos we're brothers. We're from Guatemala. We're from a little town called San Francisco. And Carlos here, I call him by his last name, Cáceres. He's from El Salvador, so we're predominantly from Central America.
San Miguel. Like every other Salvadorian I know. every Salvadorian is like, where you from? San Miguel. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there's just like, they concentrated on
that's it, yeah.
But, so, as kids, our bigger brothers, older brothers, they would leave like cassettes back in the day, man.
Fucking vinyl.
And vinyls, dude. And in our family, there's 5 brothers. And the third oldest one, in the morning, he would start playing some of the old classics, dude. We would listen to freaking Metallica, Megadeth, Sepultura, even some Cannibal Corpse at some point, which is like heavier metal.
Yeah.
But Scorpion.
Yeah.
But we grew up doing that, in the morning, and somehow we became outsiders from our own culture, which was really weird. And that's why we didn't do more about that.
No merengue, because you don't feel nice.
No merengue. even though like 9 o'clock came, like older people in the house would start playing that radio station, that music. But like can, 7 o'clock came in, 8 o'clock came in, either one of us like get up and put a metal record,
Yeah.
and we would wake up to that, which was freaking great. It was like, and we were like, I don't know, we were like freaking 5, 7,
5, 7, yeah, like 8.
We were really
kids.
young,
Dude, yeah.
Wow, so you were that young.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
grew up to that, which was great. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. Of course, we're familiar with the music, like Latin music. We tolerate it. Some music we don't, but
Wow,
for the most part,
we tolerate it.
we tolerate it.
You're
But
allowed. You're allowed to play that shit.
But only for so long.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, so we basically grew up listening to that, and we kind of became outsiders, music-wise, to all that. 'Cause we didn't participate for every, I guess, cultural thing. We didn't participate, I guess, in a general way, but for the most part, music-wise, I think when we discover, I guess, metal, for us, I think metal is like different from a bunch of genres. Metal has is a lot of times it doesn't have commercial value. It doesn't sell millions of albums per se on the radio, but if it's like good music, it'll transcend like all kinds of things. You have like Muslims listen to metal, Christians, like any type of religion, man. It doesn't even matter. So it's like metal transcends all that. A lot of times like music, like you say, like Latin sticks to that.
Yeah.
Like World de Latino to listen to Latin music. If the African Americans listen to like hip hop, rap, and all that. It transcends all that. So we ended up listening to metal as kids, and we were freaking glad we did. So it was great. It was great, dude. And we enjoyed doing that. So, and because of that, here we are.
So now,
Yeah.
what was it like? All right,
Um,
so you guys live in Texas. What's it like living in Texas versus? Well, I wouldn't even say Central America, but like as far as your influence for metal and Texas, because Texas is Stevie Ray Vaughan country. At least that's how us in New York look at down there, or straight up bumpkin country music. What's it like growing up in Texas as far as metal guys?
For us, I think it's more like going beyond what's around us, kind of thing. Like we're mostly influenced by a lot of like Bay Area thrash metal. Which is funny, right? We live in Texas. You would think we would be like influenced by metal, like Texas metal, but mostly like we looked at like Bay Area thrash metal back in the 80s and the 90s. I mean, look at Metallica. You got bands like Exodus, Testament, bands that came out from that era. And now, into this day, you got bands from LA coming out. It's a band called Warbringer, that very huge thrash metal band right now. There's a band from Colorado named Havoc. Really, really like intricate band. They're young kids, like barely on their like in the mid like early 20s, and they're kicking ass right now. Touring Europe and stuff. So we look at things like that. We try to look at things beyond our like surroundings, because when you do that, that kind of limits your perspective on things. We want to do things that are not in the norm. You want to kind of step out of that.
Yeah, and think about it. Actually, we're still outsiders, man. Because,
Yeah.
Because when we came here at the time, it was like in the 90s. Like Tejano music was big in here, and that
Still never had us.
it's like we got that. There was like still like some Latino stuff coming through here. There's like some Mexican music.
Honestly, I got to ask an honest question. There's 3 Latinos. Does anybody really like Mexican music? They actually like it. Like the only time I hear it is in a bar when it's a bunch of Spanish guys, and that's it. That's it.
Man, dude, like Mexican music. I mean, in Texas, is predominantly is like Mexican people, so it's like, well, they're gonna like Mexican music. Yeah, they do. I mean, right here in my neighborhood over here, like every weekend they'll like blast Mexican music, and I'm cool with it because like we'll practice here. Actually, this is my house. We practice in my house, and we'll blast our own shit. And, we practice here and we crank everything up. So it's cool, man. You know, like I'm actually a sound engineer and I do work in the studio.
Now he brings it up.
And honestly, you know, because it's predominantly Mexican community here, I work with a lot of Mexican music, and actually Mexican music has helped me pay a lot of the bills. So that's good, man.
You're loving
So,
it at
like,
that point.
Yeah, so it's like, you know, I've learned as an audio engineer, because it's different, dude. Like when you're an audio engineer, you gotta like focus more on the technical side. If you're like a metalhead, which I am, I like focus more on music. So like, you know, I guess it's actually it's hard to do that, but you know, I'm glad I'm able to do that. You know, kind of keep a professional attitude about it. You know, because if most of my clients are, you know, Mexican music, then I'll just take it there, you know. And I'm actually good at it by now because I've been working with it for over like more than about 10 years.
He secretly likes Mexican music. I just want to admit it.
I was gonna say, listen, you can come out of the closet. Our show is about coming out of the closet sometime. If you like, if you a mariachi guy, I'm cool with that, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what? As a matter of fact, next year at my birthday, I'm gonna have all three of you come with the guitars and sing at my birthday.
Fucking
You're gonna be like entire fucking mariachi outfits, dude.
fuck, man. Yeah, you know what? I'd rather go to Distartica, man. So get us to Distartica, we're down. Fucking see me, man. I love this guy.
So now you guys said you're playing down in New Orleans in a couple of weeks. Do you have anything else lined up yet, or are you still kind of feeling through it?
What do you think? Right. Basically, right now, because you know, I think what's happening right now, dude, which is like really weird, right? Is that the album is going viral like crazy, dude. Like that's what you know.
In Europe,
But in Europe, dude, in fucking Europe, like we've been getting messages like from freaking Poland, Portugal, Germany. They were like, "Yo, I heard this album."
Yeah,
in Belgium, it's like I heard this album. It's like, man, they're calling it a masterpiece, right? And I'm like,
yeah,
the fuck?
Yeah,
you know, so right now we're basically trying to, you know, we're still, you know, all things considered, we're still a young band, even though we've been around forever. But like as far as like being in the scene, we're still a young band. So we're trying to see, maybe hopefully we might end up doing a European tour, hopefully next year or the year after.
I was going to say, you might as well at that point. If everybody in Europe, and, you know, I got a lot of friends of mine that are actually over in Europe now, like Sweden especially. And, you know, but I don't know, man. That black metal, death metal shit, I'm sorry. I love metal. But, you know, after the 90s, 2000s, and when all this Scandinavian shit started coming out, and the black metal, death metal, and whatever they call it now, I'm going, nah. I didn't want to be that dude. I said to myself, nah, I don't want to be like my father and call my kid's music crap. But if my kid came home and it was into, like, you know, Feces from the Dead Womb or whatever other fucking band that's out there, and I would go like, nah, dude, we just not.
Or Black Sabbath. I know you said.
I know you hate Black Sabbath. I remember that
Sabbath.
Yeah, that's
Sacrilege, dude.
But hey, man,
I
it's all
didn't
good,
hate
man.
Black Sabbath.
No, it's on video, bro. It's on episode 38. I remember that shit.
Oh, yeah, I was there.
I don't hate
You were like,
them.
I hate Black. I was like, ah,
I don't
damn.
hate them. They're very selective. Very,
man.
like when you get outside of the tracks that were like the obviously, you know, the outside the Iron Mans and, you know, stuff like that. You know, the big name tracks. I've always looked at them and I was just like, eh. You know, but, you know, same thing like with a lot of bands that I listened to growing up. Like, you know, I grew up listening to like Suicidal Tendencies. And
we saw them a month ago, so.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And then I was like, okay, they're okay. Now I listen to them and I'm like, now I really like you. Like they, you know, it was a 1 or 2, you know, between the I Saw Your Mommy crap, and then I was like, all right, I could vibe with that in my teens. But then, you know, now here we are 30 years, and it's weird to say, like 20, almost 30 years later, I hear them now, and I'm like, I could listen to their album where I would skip tracks. Now I'm like, nah, I like everything on it.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's I want to say something on that note what you mentioned. I think that's what I like about music in general, dude. Like people that do appreciate music, you know, like actual music appreciation. It's the fact that you take the time to listen to albums, or you know, instead of just tracks and just consume music and then you're like, oh, where's the next track now? You know, like nah. You take the time, like you know what? Maybe you didn't get it the first time, but maybe on the third or fourth listen, you kind of start getting where the band is coming from. You know. And like, you know, that's what you don't get nowadays. You know, I think now we live in a short attention span generation where it's like, you know, you pop in a record, it's like, oh, I want the next album now. You know, it's like, dude, it hasn't been like 20 minutes. You want the next album already? You know, it's like, what the hell? You know, so there's none of that. And you hear this from like young guys. You know what I mean? Like that's why I think we definitely feel outsiders even in our own generation because, you know, we if you notice our tracks are more than like what 5-7 minutes. You know, because we wanted to go to that old school. You know, we want that old school rap. We don't want to make like 2 or 3 minute tracks. That's what pop artists, you know. We don't want to do that. You know, we don't want to do that. So, you know, and that's why we wanted to stand out in that way. Like we want to bring old school. Let's bring it back the right way, but actually making tracks that last longer than 3 minutes. You know, so.
I forgot who the band. Yeah. I forgot who the band was back in the '80s, but they did a song like literally it was like I don't know 15 seconds long. And it was like they strummed like 4 chords and went fuck you. Song was over.
It's either Misfits or Black Flag. It's a punk
Black
band.
Flag.
Yeah, I know you.
Black Flag.
Yes,
that's what it was. There you go.
Flag.
And I was like, I actually, but I like it. When I was younger, I was like, but I like it. And I'm like,
that was
like if you gave me an album of that, I'd be like, yo, dude, if you're gonna fuck me, at least fucking lube my ass first. You know, especially when you go out and buy shit like that. You know, but you know, music has changed so much. You know, and it's funny because, like I said, you know, growing up, you know, I was hanging out with Harry Chapin and I didn't even know it. Because I didn't know who the fuck he was. I was a baby. You know.
Right.
You know, and then all of a sudden I went over. My uncle was his neighbor, and then all of a sudden I went over there. It's like, yeah, he's dead. I'm like, what? Oh, okay. Didn't know, you know.
Yeah.
But you know, for music, and again, like I said, because of my line of work, you know, I've designed studios, sound studios for people. You know, and I mentioned to you that, like, you know, I've done work with Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Ted Nugent, you know. AC/DC, Black Sabbath, not Black Sabbath, I meant to say Joan Jett, black hair. Joan Jett, Ted Nugent, and I worked for their management company, so I was on the computer side, basically. So I would see these guys all the time. I didn't, you know, at that point, I didn't know shit, you know, I'm not a musician. I like music, though. You know, and for me, it was like, it was just a job. But then, like I said, I would tell people, like, oh yeah, you know, I grew up with the cousin of Joe Satriani, and I used to see Joe all the time. And they're like, huh? Or who's the other guy from Long Island? Steve Vai. You know,
man.
You know, and I would see these guys, and to me, I was like, I don't, you know, I was like, well, you could beat me in guitar, but I could beat you in every video game from 1970 up to now. And we used to laugh about it. And then for guitarists, I think it's called G3. That's like a concert thing they do or some shit like that. You know, they would always invite me to go, and I'm like, nah, I'm too busy drinking, dude. And like I would tell like my guitarist friends, and they're like, "What? You couldn't give me a ticket?" You know?
Yeah, dude.
I don't know. Is it something important? They're like, it's like the they're like, dude, it's like the Muslim version of going to Mecca. It's like going to Mecca for a guitarist. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, pretty much, dude.
I mean, it's funny because, like I said, and I told you guys this in private. That I I wound up, doing a lot of work for Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and they paid me great money. But every time I would go there, they would give me like not one, but like 3 or 4 guitars.
Yeah.
And they'd be like,
Yeah,
"Right here." Now I know,
Listen to what's gonna.
in fact, you know what? Hold on a second. Let me see.
He's gonna fuck
So the one-
yeah. He's motherfucking dude, yeah. I want to see.
So, as you see, I don't play a lick of fucking music. But here I got all these Jackson guitars that these dudes gave me these things like they were giving away candy on Halloween. So I'm like,
That's what he's telling me.
I'm like, are they worth anything? In fact, look, I play so good. Look at this. The string is fucking broken. I don't even know what string that is. That's the last string. It's just hanging. It's because the last time I touched the damn thing. But, it was like, when they would give them to me, so I was giving them away to people that I knew. I'm like, oh, you play? No, yeah, I play. I'm like, all right, here you go. I got 6 of them today. I mean, apparently they're actually good guitars. I didn't know.
What?
So literally I would go and do a job with these guys and they'd give me like 4. And I'm like, okay. And I've had some that are autographed that I gave to people that were like die hard. I had a couple of between Paul O'Neill, who is the main guy for Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which was the old band Sabotage.
Yeah.
He was the old band Sabotage. So, he would give them to me, and I'm like, okay, I'll take them. I'm going to say no.
Holy shit, dude.
And he would give them to me like nothing. And I'm like, okay. I said, I in all honesty, I know there's a C, and there's a D, and an E, and I can't play shit. But on Guitar Heroes, on Guitar Heroes, I am the best.
Fuck yeah, I can see you, man, yeah.
And it's funny because, again, like I said, you don't realize how intertwined, contrary to what a lot of people believe, the gaming world, the music world, I mean, I used to whoop the shit out of, what the hell is this clown's name? I want to say P. Diddy, but I think I might be wrong. It wasn't Diddy. It was the guy who sung New York fucking with that chick. That wasn't Diddy. That was, what was it? I don't know, some big rapper. When I was working at Madison Square Garden, one of his big things was he used to bring in a setup of Xboxes, and he was big into Call of Duty. So, I did all the data work and the phones and everything for the garden. So, they were setting it up, and his helper was kind of a little bit of a bitch, but, she was, doing her job, and he said some shit to me like, you know how to play, I played dumb, I think it was during Call of Duty 4. And I'm like, I don't know, I'll give it a shot. I played dumb redneck, like, I don't know. Yo, like after like 5 or 6 headshots on his ass, he's like, yo, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, what? I'm NRA, baby, NRA. I got a gun at home. Meanwhile, reality is I never shot a gun in my life. Nah, it wasn't Ja Rule. Jay-Z, there you go. Thank you, 904 Reflex. It was Jay-Z.
There you go, you got people in the chat helping you out. That's
Yeah,
what's up, man.
it was Jay-Z that he was big into Call of Duty. Blew his ass out, and he was like, what the fuck? This is, he was like, yo, you could play video games? I'm like, I'll try. I don't know.
Man, if I was here, like, man, bitch, I helped design some motherfucking games. Now, this dude, didn't you help with Mortal Kombat 2, right? The console version?
I worked on the first 3.
First 3, right?
First 3.5.
Yep.
Yeah. And
That's
then,
pretty cool, man.
And then I did I did all the strategy guides for the people.
The strategy guides, yep.
And the strategy guide. I mean, I've been around, like I said, I've been around in the whole video game universe since late 80s, and on the business side since the late 80s. That's why, like, I can't tell you how the music world works. I know people in the music world. I've done work for the music world. Ask me a question about the video game universe. I'm not going to sell you a $150 an hour video like Gutex will. But, my whole thing is, it's like, I'll just tell you, when you get involved in gaming, it's like with music. When you picked up the instrument for your first time because you wanted to learn the instrument, you grew a passion for it. Once you get into the business side of it and it becomes business, you will never go back to that again. You will have the passion, but now you have that motivation for a reason of need to make money, need to pay my bills.
Right.
And where you would say, hey, I want to do a song where I say I pull my cock out and slap you in the face. I think that would be great. People would love it. People would be like, oh my God, that would be great. But now you got a producer saying, excuse me, if you do that, you just committed fucking career suicide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you learn that as you go along. And, I think fortunately for me, I managed to commit career suicide and resuscitate myself. And after resuscitating myself, and it's funny because people like, that have listened to my show in the past, like, yo, you just say some shit. I'm like, yeah, actually, this is the toned down version. Really? I'm like, yeah. I said, nah, I was worse. I mean, even when I came into the FGC, came back to it, I basically opened up the show with a bunch of cantaloupes getting shot. Which
I remember that shit. Yeah,
which was made into the faces of people. You know, and they were like, yo, that's a little too much.
Not really, but
I agree, but you got to understand this new generation has and you guys are in your 30s. So, this new generation of touchy-feely, good touch, bad touch, it's a lot.
Wait, like themselves feeling? No, you know what?
Well, that's the only ones that feel them is themselves.
Exactly. With them top baits and shit.
Yeah, but it's like they don't understand that the world doesn't revolve around them. Because, their whole life they were told you're special and you're this and that. And now they go into the world saying, well, I'm special. You look at, in the FGC, perfect example, you look at people like Gutex. The guy, the guy, and again, I don't hate the dude. The guy never did nothing to me.
Yeah.
But he got picked for a Capcom E-League, the whole thing, and people were bitching like, well, why did you choose him? Well, he's the name. And we're trying to attract people, and people know the name. But then if you really look back at it and go, well, how many Evos is one? None. How many top 2 you make? None. So what did you do? You made some videos, entertaining videos. You made a name for yourself on that. And that's what you did. So that's what you're known for. But it was relatable enough for people to go like, hey, this is who I chose. And people bitched about it with E-League. And E-League was like, look, we knew who he was because of what he's done. He didn't have to, you don't have to win every event to become a big name person.
And that's one of the things, like, now that you mentioned that, like, I see a lot of, like, I learned a lot on the forums, dude, and everybody's like, whoa, you didn't make top 8, who are you? And I was like, well, if only you knew, It's like, it's like they hold on to that as if, like, it's like the best thing that's ever happened to them. It's like, and that's why I said it from the beginning. It's like, don't hold on to that, dude. There's more than that, Like, some people are good, it's kind of like you have, like, the combo specialists,
Yeah.
You have the tech specialists, that make tech. They don't necessarily go to tournaments, but you see, like, top players using that tech that maybe some random person made because it was actually legit, So you don't always have to be, like, on, like, making top 8s and all that. Like, it really gets, like, annoying. And this is coming from a blind guy. I see a lot in the fighting game that a lot of people
I love when this fucking guy does that. I'm a blind guy. I see a lot. Right there in itself. You're like on that kung fu level mastery shit. You're like, I'm a blind guy and I fucking see a lot. But you're not to the point of like on some kung fu like ancient Chinese secret bullshit. You just say it like casually, like, yeah, I'm blind and I see a lot. And you're right. You do. You can't miss it.
It is true, man. You know, just it just sucks, man. Because you know what's funny? Like I was in the music competitive scene actually. You know, where you go to like statewide, and then you go to nationals and all that. Like, and I remember when I was in high school, we went. Actually made it in the. I was actually the drummer of Texas of 2006, statewide. You know, I didn't make it to nationals. You know,
okay.
so you see the same thing. You know, you see the same thing. It's like, oh, I'm better than you, blah blah blah. You know, I made this, I made that. I'm like, good for you, man. But are you still working on it, or you just got on your comfort zone now? You know, like are you gonna stop? Are you gonna continue grinding, or are you just gonna stop it because you made it? You know, so it's like, learning never stops, dude. You know, just because you made it to like to this level doesn't mean you're godlike. You know what I mean? Like you gotta keep going no matter what. You know, and that's a lot of people miss that shit.
Well, that's like when you look at Mortal Kombat 9, for example. You know, people when MK9 was leading into Injustice, all of a sudden all the MK9 top guys are going, oh, we're going to body all you new Injustice people. I'm like, wait a sec. You don't even know what the engine plays like, and now you're going to body. You don't know the game. You haven't played the game, and you automatically, by injection, somehow you're going to start bodying people. And then it happened when Injustice guys did good in Injustice. Oh, well, we're going to body you all in MKX. And
then, Mortal Kombat 9 players are like, oh, it's a game for scrubs, blah, blah, blah. The walk speed is too slow, blah, 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 instead of adapting like they were preaching all the fucking time.
Which is what Street Fighter people say about NRS games in general.
Hey, this is gonna blast you, man. I'm gonna like it is. I don't give a fuck.
Which is funny because now that Injustice put up what is that, $600,000? Now all of a sudden everybody's like, oh my god, I was always a Mortal Kombat guy. I was always an NRS. It's like Ultra David. Yeah. When I listen to Ultra David commentate, I'm going, and he'll say things like, oh, I was always a fan. Really? Because I don't know. Let me figure this out. I was Ground Zero Day One FGC Mortal Kombat player back in 1991. I ain't never heard your motherfucking ass ever mention Mortal Kombat in a positive way. But now all of a sudden some money got thrown out there, and I've always been a fan. So you're a closeted fan. So you a bitch. It's like a guy that it's like the dude that likes to listen to the opera but says, no, I'm a metalhead. But I don't want nobody to know.
Right, exactly.
I don't want nobody to know. Be who you are. If you were a Mortal Kombat guy, be it. And, a lot of the people now hear the money and they want to chase the money. Now, the flip side to that is you got the Mortal Kombat, the gatekeepers, people like Scar and Sonic Fox. Their job right now is to make sure these motherfuckers never get a penny.
Yeah, like what I'm trusting on those guys to do right now is to basically say, you know what, you Capcom players are just coming in just because of the hype, but once we body you guys are never going to come back again. And that's what's going to happen. It's a never-ending cycle, dude.
But unfortunately, what I want to see is them to stick around. You want them to stick around.
Yeah, that will be awesome, dude. Finally, to the point where, like, you know what? They step out of their own comfort zones. It's like, oh, Street Fighter. But look, step out of your comfort zones, play another game, and see what it goes. Instead of just like you got bodied and just left. That doesn't mean anything. That it just looks bad on you as a competitor. So I agree with you, man.
With Injustice, we took away the block button. So stop bitching. There's cross-ups. There's all the bullshit that you hated in the game.
Yeah.
Everything that you wanted in Street Fighter is there for Injustice. But, rather than gravitate towards it, they gravitate towards the money.
Yeah.
And when they don't get any of the money, now the game is trash. Because you didn't win. You didn't win, so the game is trash.
Yeah.
But, a kid like Sonic Fox, he's, 21? He's been playing since he was 16. He's got a 5-6 year head start on you. And he's been playing hard body. And he's and it's funny because I listen to people talk about Sonic Fox like, oh, well, he came to the Street Fighter community and he didn't do nothing. What are you talking about? He used Fang, and he was bodying people, making top 16 at 19, 20 years old with no Street Fighter experience.
Yep, that's right.
But they dismiss that and go, nope. He was a top player in a game that we think is shit. That's easy for anybody to do, and he couldn't produce here. And I'm like, well, wait a second. If you're saying that game is shit and easy to do, why ain't all of you guys bodying people in it?
Exactly. If it was that easy, why aren't you playing the game and put people that it's easy? Instead of just talking shit.
And that's the one thing with the FGC that the FGC needs to fix.
Yeah.
So, with that said, I am going to take a quick break. I am going to play the next track.
Right, nice. Awesome. This track, before I introduce it, we're going to introduce it. This track right here is actually one of the collaborations between all of us. My boy Carlos right here. The silent guy.
I was just going to say. Well, see, here's where I'm confused. Are you all Carlos?
No. So we got my boy Carlos Caceres, that's his last name. So, and I'm Carlos, but of course everybody knows me in the FGC as Rattlehead. Well, if you don't know me, then you want to look up my YouTube channel. But anyway, and then you got my boy, my brother Alex, who actually from the same family.
But he's got like 4 names too, though.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah, this motherfucker has what?
He's got aliases.
Alex, Baxter, Paxton.
It's my professional name, dude. Yeah. It's like I gotta keep it separate. It's complicated, dude. But
yeah.
I'm Victor on the other side. I hate it, dude, but I have to do that.
Yeah, so Victor, but Alex Paxter, that's his stage name. Let's put it that way. So, but anyway, this track you're gonna play right now, "Beast of Oppression."
Yes.
That's the name of the title of the track. Basically, it was a cooperation between these guys. They actually Carlos came up with the riffs, the music and stuff. And then Alex stepped in and he's like, you know what, let me do the arrangements. And then I came in and wrote the lyrics. So it's a cooperation between all of us. So we're definitely proud of this track. This one's called Beast of Oppression. Check it out.
All right. How do I'm fucking blind here. No pun intended. I gotta. Oh, here we go. On hold. Gotcha. All right, guys. This is another track from the band. It's called "Beasts of Oppression," and I am going to give it to you now.
But
That was a very Metallica-esque ending to that track.
yep, yes, sir.
Yep.
Pretty much.
Again, because I fucked up, not fucked up. I mean, my sister's my sister. She's blood. But, because time got all kind of wacky, I wanted to have you on here a lot longer. I know it's like 12 o'clock over there now.
Yeah.
It's like 1 o'clock, and my bitch ass has got to be up by like, oh God, 4:30. I dread this fucking day tomorrow.
Me too, dude. Yeah.
So let's do this. So what's life? A day in the life of Carlos. What's it like?
Well, I mean, get up, go to work, travel for 2 freaking hours just because, transportation is shitty. I mean, in Houston, so
Is it
it takes me 2 hours.
is it transportation is shitty or you just get lost?
Not, dude. You know what? What? I don't know if you've seen my Facebook post, but I end up guiding drivers, bro.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I should tell you how bad it is in here, man. Like I already know the city, like like that. Where like I just bust out my phone and be like, you know what, bro? Like you were already past it. You need to go. You need to turn back. And it's like you need to turn on whatever highway, blah blah blah. Like I tell them exactly where to. Like, hey, let me see your phone. I'm like, no, I'm gonna tell you where to go. You listen to me. Straight out. So. Yeah, like, and then next thing you know, I'm at my job, because like these, they'll get lost, dude, and I'm like, dude, I don't have time for that. I'm trying to get to work, So like, so I do that a lot, and so it's kind of ironic, man, when you think about it, but that's pretty much it. And then I come back from work, I try to hop in online, try to get some games and whatever. So and like I've been trying to stream too, though, but because of the ban right now. And because I'm actually I'm the guy behind the band page or anything behind like social media. Yeah, that's my job. Like that's my duty. Like I do the whole PR thing on the side. So that takes some time. It actually takes a lot of time, dude. So, but I mean, I really want to continue playing, and I would definitely want to get good at Injustice 2 coming out next week. So, but it's just things like that just kind of get in the way. But it doesn't mean like kind of like what you say, man. When you play fighting games, you're automatically part of the FGC. So I mean, I already feel part of it anyway,
Yeah,
So so that's pretty much what happens. Like it's just that. But I mean, I talk to people online, kind of get some games in, and and so yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to see what comes out with Injustice 2.
One of the things that I think you guys should maybe look into, if possible, is a great way to get the name out there is doing it the same way I am. When you guys play at a club, Mr. Sound Engineer, Mr. Technical over there, sign up for a Twitch account because it's not only games now. There's music channels. We're listed as a talk show. You could actually stream your concerts.
Yeah, that's true.
And have them going, and have them going while you're doing it, just to get the name out there more.
Right.
and put it under, listed under Street Fighter 5. You're guaranteed to get people, especially those Europeans that already are in love with you.
Yeah, man. So I mean, so that's pretty much how it is, man. And we definitely, like I said, we want to take the time also to thank you, man, for like actually promoting the album too, dude. Like, and also like
I would have
reaching
pulled
out.
you. I wouldn't have did the episode. I would have pulled you on the side and be like, "Yo, dude, Carlos, this album sucks." I wouldn't wipe my ass with it if I actually did. I mean, if it sucked, and again, I listened to it and I was like, you know what? I went in expecting something and I got what I expected. Partially, actually, no. I was expecting something that I didn't get, which I was thankful for, because at first I was like, all right, Cybernetic Eye is probably their weakest track when they do their own material. They're gonna go from cover tunes of 80s metal bands to Cybernetic Eye to that black. I can't stand that black metal, dude. I just can't. I'm sorry. I got my boy over in Scandinavia. He'll fucking stream it live to me in like fucking in Poland or some shit. I'm going, why? I don't want to listen to it, dude. It's horrible.
Right.
You know, oh, it's classical music sped up. I said, I don't give it. So if all I learn is if you speed classical music up, it sounds like shit. You know, and I feel bad. And again, the singing, you know, I mean, I like Metalocalypse as a cartoon, but
Yep, that's a good cartoon. Yeah, that's a good
you know,
cartoon.
but when it comes to the music side of it, I'm like,
But it's satire though. If you think about it, it's kind of like, you know how the Onion does. It's satire big time. So you know, so that's pretty cool. But I know where you're coming from, dude. You know, like I said, that's why I think that's how we at the same time we wanted to kind of pay like, you know, homage to more like back in the, you know, back on the 80s, 90s metal, where it's more like, yeah, you're heavy, but you still want to be melodic. You know, like you want people to, you know, still. But at the same time though, you do not want to be commercial, dude. Because like I said, we would have made like a 2 or 3 minute track, and that's to call it a day. But you know, we wanted to make, you know, tracks that are accessible to people. You can check it out, jam to it, headbang, start a mosh pit, but feel the rhythm and feel like the melody behind it. You know?
I can actually learn the words without having to buy the album. Listening to the song, I can actually say, you know what, like, you know, and you know, you had sent me Cybernetic Guy's lyrics at one time, and I'll tell you, dude, when I read it, I was like, damn, this motherfucker can even write. The fuck?
Hey, all the songs are like that, dude. Like, that's like a really good writing skills like built into it.
You know, just like that day in 1963. For some reason, that's burnt in my head, dude. It's burnt. It's something about just that song stands out to me. Out of, I mean, they're all good.
I know,
but if that stands, like certain parts of songs are standing out to me the more I listen. And it's funny because what I like about it is the more I listen, other parts start standing out more. And
that's what happens.
You know, it's my ride from the city, well, from my house to the city in the morning, and I get those faces from those guys in the suit and ties because, you know, I have no fucking couth. I just jack it up all the way with my earbuds on, and they hear what I hear, and I don't care. You know, and you can see them, and then I'll listen to it, and I'll be like, oh shit, you know what? Wow, that's fucked up. And I told you, like that whole 1963, I'm like, this motherfucker wasn't even born back then. You know, and I was like, wow, you know, he definitely he researches what he writes. He doesn't, you're not just going, hickory dickory dock, you can all suck my cock, I bust my nut, you're a slut, dropped you off at the end of the block. It's not that easy. That's a day in my life, but you know, that's why I can write about that. Those are life experiences. But you know, it's refreshing to see metal still hold to, you know, people performing metal still holding on to those early metal values.
Yeah, definitely.
So, again, guys, I'm gonna let you go because it's already 1:30. I don't know. You want me to, you know, text me on the side chat if there's if there's a song you prefer me to let you go out to.
Cool. Yeah, definitely, dude. I think let's go ahead and do. We can do. Let's see. Let's go ahead and. All right, so we're gonna send it out to you like on the Skype messages, and then just go ahead and go from there. I think you have that track. Yeah, well, thank you, James, for having us tonight, dude. Really appreciate it, man. You know, you gave us a lot of space on your show tonight, so you know, like, you know, let us speak our minds.
I wanted to give more. I wanted to give a lot more.
And it was good, man.
And it's cool, man, because I mean, you know us, man. Like, you know, we can definitely come back again. You know, obviously this is not the first time. You know, it's up to you, man. You know, just let us know. Like, if we're down, we're definitely, you know, come in and, you know, let us know. And, you know, hopefully, you know, everybody down, you know, everybody in the Blast show, you know, likes what they heard so far. If they do, then we do appreciate the support. You know, like I said, like me personally, like I try to get involved in the FTC as much as I can. Try to go on the forums, just kind of being like, I'm kind of more of a lurker, you know, kind of see what I can, you know, learn what's out there and whatnot. So, but, you know, if you do buy the album or just at least check out the album, then, you know, that's much appreciated. I mean, nowadays, like, you can hear the album no matter what, you know, so, you know, but yeah, definitely. So, hopefully, you know, again, I think Alex.
What are the dates you're going to be down in New Orleans and where? Because there are people that are down here and that come and check this out from New Orleans, and they might want to come check you out.
Okay, so cool. Yeah, we're gonna be in New Orleans on June 3rd. The place is called the Twist of Lime. We're actually gonna be opening the show that night. It's gonna be a Saturday, again June 3rd. The Twist of Lime. We're actually gonna be opening for a band from Houston that actually made it into the Billboard charts. So it's pretty cool that we got hit up to actually promote our album along with that as well. So that's gonna be cool. Again, that's the Twist of Lime. It's in New Orleans on June 3rd of 2017. It's a Saturday. So then we kick off the show at 9. Because this is the first time out there, so we're gonna be opening the show, which is no problem. And the show kicks off at 9. And for those who are in Houston, we got some pretty good shows coming up as well. If you're in the Houston area, we got a show actually next week, as a matter of fact, on the 19th, here in the Houston area called the White Swan. And then we have another one on the 1st of June here at a place called Acadia Bar and Grill, which is where we debuted our album. Very awesome people and the staff at that bar. They let us open up our album there. And then we'll be continuing here in Houston. We'll be also here on the 29th of July. So there's a lot of dates. And like I said, we're still working on maybe hopefully doing some more shows out of the city and out of the state, hopefully. We definitely want to go out there and, promote the hell out of this album.
Definitely want to get up to New York.
Yeah. If that happens, we're down, dude. That's like guaranteed.
I got the whiskey and tequila.
Oh, that's it.
I got the whiskey.
Well, wait. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you guys want? I got the skiing apparatuses. I got the marijuana. I got the hookers. What else you want? I got it all. I was just giving the 2 legal things to throw out there.
Let's keep it like that for now. Everything happens live. Whatever happens.
We're PG-13, no, PG-16, or what is it? Or NR-17. No full nudity, some shit like that. We don't show the sexy. We just show heads bobbing. You got to assume what's going on.
That's right.
But anyway, guys, It was great having you guys on. We will definitely get you on again in a couple of weeks when things settle with you guys. Again, congrats on the album, man. The fact that you guys are out there, guys that are in the stream, you can check it out. Distartica, just go to iTunes, look it up, download it, buy it, and show support for brothers in the FGC. And with that, guys, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to go out. We'll
Reckless
right, guys. I'm gonna wrap this up because my ass has got to get up early. I appreciate all you guys coming down and checking out the stream. We are going to go back into a more putting people on blast. This week I wanted to share something I think the FGC should support, which is a band that's part of the FGC. Their roots are in the FGC, and just to go and show that we don't have to support things only when things go bad, but we can support it when it's going good as well. So anyway, guys, get out there, check them out. Go to iTunes, Distartica.com, download the album, show support for the band. They make the track Cybernetic Eye, which is the lead track here for the On Blast show. And with that, I am going to close out tonight, and I'm going to leave it with Bowman, You Are a God. I love this pick, by the way, just to let you know. Guys, Bowman in the chat is the guy that makes all these great picks for us. Whether it's the new backgrounds and whatnot, and the new layout, especially this one here. This is fucking godlike. So definitely give him a support, and definitely go out there, guys. Like I said, Malton, I will be bringing Triforce back on. I can promise you that. We could be good and evil, but evil is coming back very soon. I just figured. Before I could go back to being absolute evil, I should at least be good for a little while. So with that, guys, peace out. I'm out of here. Let me drop the end of this right here, and peace.